No, 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 no. We cannot allow this. We cannot. It is not okay. Hello everyone, Thranxes here, and welcome back to the Minecraft multiplayer realm with fans, episode 3. So we've done a good bit of work since the last episode. I kind of laid out for everyone the rough gist of what we were going to be doing. We're going to be focusing on sugarcane. Now, I did take all my sugarcane and wheat. I did take all my sugarcane off the coast because we have a significant amount of it. This will hold us for quite a while, and I want to eventually automate the sugarcane production. I don't want it to just be all over my coast. That's kind of temporary. And we got our wheat farm up and running. So as you can see, it grows, well, it's full now. I mean, you don't know how long it's been, but it grows relatively quick with these empty lines here, and we have pretty much all the wheat we could want. So my next step from there is to start working on leather. We have lots and lots of sugarcane, but we need the leather. So what we're going to do, let's see. We're going to go ahead and feed the cows. I'm going to show you what I've been doing with my livestock, and then we're going to, the main goal for today is going to be to set up a turtle farm on our beach there, which is why we pulled up all the sugar cane. But we're also going to set up our chickens here into a little thing. So as you can see, we've got a little bit of a source of wool here. We're going to go ahead and shear these sheep. You have to run the Minecraft errands here. There we go. Get some wool. We're going to need that for carpeting and banners and all that good stuff. And then over here we have the cow farm, and it's just beef. It's what's for dinner. They're going nuts. Oh, so many cows and so much mooing. They're just everywhere. No, this is great. The goal is going to be to try to get an enchanting table with the maximum amount of bookshelves before I hit level 30. I don't know if that's going to happen. I think we're going to hit level 30 first before we're ready to do that. But that's okay. If it happens, it happens. Oh, get away from me, cows. Now, the main reason I try to do it before I hit level 30 is because of the experience cost rising after level 30. And it starts to swell pretty significantly as you pass level 30, so I generally like to start enchanting the minute I hit level 30. It's just my personal taste. So what we're going to do over here before we do the turtle farm, because that is going to be the focus of the episode, but before we do that, we're going to set up a nice and neat and convenient little chicken area that's going to handle the breeding of our chickens for us. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's just do that. And then we're going to need a dispenser. Let's see. We're also going to need some torches and a repeater. We're going to need a comparator as well. Where is my comparator? Oh, the nether quartz. Okay, so we're not going to be able to do the comparator just yet. That's fine, that's fine. That does change things ever so slightly, but that's okay. So we'll do the turtle farm now, and then we'll have to address the whole comparator and the automating of breeding chickens. So what we're going to do is basically just set up a hopper system that uses dispensers to shoot the eggs into another room so that we can just have a handful of chickens here that keep another room full, because I don't feel like running around with seeds and multiplying all my chickens. That can be pretty tedious. But let's go ahead and take what we need here. 6. I think we'll just go 7, 8. We'll take 2 chests. And that should be all we need. I'm going to go ahead and take the wool for carpet. Good night with the cattle. Oh my goodness. So loud. It's going to be time for a culling of the cows here before too long. All right. Now, I really want to get my turtle farm up and running because I love to dive the oceans and check out the shipwrecks and do all that cool stuff that's been added. However, it's really difficult until you can breathe underwater with potions. Now, I thought about, racing to the Nether and doing all that, but I don't like to hit certain milestones too soon. I like to do certain things in a certain way, and that's sort of what I'm demoing here on this world. For example, I like to make a very nice, fancy enchanting area once that time comes. And so I tend to use that as my first big milestone, is getting a nice library with a nice enchanting table built. And I like to do that before I get too spun up on everything else. All right, so the first thing to know about a turtle farm is that they're only going to lay their eggs on sand. And you have to protect the eggs from mobs because they will step on them and they will break them. Oh, I know what we're going to do. I got some cactus, courtesy of Justin. Thank you very much for that. I do appreciate the cactus. Making the long trek out in the world so I don't have to. Really awesome. And as you can see, I went down here. I shored this up with some steps. I guess we'll go ahead and I'll show this really fast. I didn't do too much, but I'm hesitant to make a ton of progress without keeping everybody along. So this area that went over here to the lava, I've been scooping it up, and I mined up a little bit of the obsidian because we found some diamonds. I didn't expect to find the diamonds, but it just kind of happened. It was off camera, unfortunately, but so I've been using this lava to smelt large stacks of items, and that will be, I'm not sure, I guess we're just going to drain that lava pool for now. I thought about building the mine there, but there's something nice about just running down the steps down to level 10. So these stairs go down to level 10, and then this is where I started strip mining, and believe it or not, the diamonds actually were right here. So I hit them before I even started strip mining, and then as you can see, I took this strip mine down. I got some iron, some redstone, some of the stuff that you need, and it breaks into a cave at the end. We're not going to explore that today, but that's just to keep you up to speed with what's been going on underground. I actually haven't been doing that much mining yet. Oh, and you can see we've got mushrooms planted over there. Let's see, do we leave? Oh, pork chops. Give me those pork chops. All right, so we're going to get our cactus melted, and let's see, we're going to get this sandstone, these slabs, hoppers. We don't need the dispenser. I don't know why I brought that with me. That's fine. We'll take this glass because we're going to make stained glass. I really, really enjoy stained glass, especially the green stained glass. And with this texture pack, the stained glass doesn't have the seam that regular glass has, so it's really, really nice. 8. Do I want it to be larger than 8? 8's probably large enough. No, I'm thinking about it. I'm going to need a row in the middle for 9, so I'm going to need a 9th one. Yeah, I'm going to need a 9th one. That's perfectly fine. We'll go get that, and then we'll get started on this turtle farm. I haven't done much else other than everything you've seen here. So luckily I'm keeping everything kind of close to this little area. We're still pretty close to spawn. And that way if people need resources, they can just swing over here and grab them. Let's get one more of you. I don't think that's going to be enough sandstone. In fact, I'm almost positive that's not going to be enough sandstone, but that's okay. Okay, so I think we're ready to do this. Now, I was starting to shape this beach out. I was going to do it over here, but then I remembered the most difficult thing is actually picking where the turtles lay their eggs. Now, if you have a silk touch pickaxe, all you have to do is mine up the turtle's egg and bring it to the place that you want your farm to be, and then you're fine. Then you're golden, because what happens is when the turtles hatch, they will return to the beach or area where they hatched to lay their eggs as adults. Minecraft sort of, throwing a little bit of realism. I'm always hesitant to use that word in a game like this, but it is kind of a neat effect. So what we want... Oh no! Beach dolphin! That's not okay. Let's repair these bows. Thank you. Skeleton. Nice. Fully repaired bow. Always a good thing. So now, I did find this beach, and it had a turtle already on it. Now, I don't know if this is where they're going to lay their eggs, but I would imagine if there's another turtle in the water nearby, it's a pretty sure bet that this is going to be a nice little beach island. It's relatively close. It's not as close as I would like. We may be able to move it over one day, but this beach is actually really nice. It's really flat. There's a lot of sand. So I just kind of leveled it. It wasn't quite this flat, and then I lit it up, and here we go. Turtle number 2. After all, it does take 2 to tango, so we're going to need 2 turtles. And what we're going to do is we're going to do this first. Oh, look, it's a baby. Okay, so we know that this area is a turtle breeding beach. So how we're going to do this is we're going to feed them and just see where they lay their eggs. Any of this island would be perfectly fine for a farm, but we're going to wait and see. It looks like this one has the eggs. You can tell they get a little bit extra in the stomach there. I think if we feed the seagrass this baby, there we go. Grew up fairly quickly, and look, we got a scoot. Okay, so that is one way you can do it. Looks like we're going to be heading over in this direction. So this is part of the process of figuring out where they want to lay their eggs naturally, and then building the farm around that. That's the easiest way to do it when you're early in the game. You don't have a Silk Touch pickaxe yet. I probably could, because I have the enchanting table, I could get Silk Touch on an iron pick and then move it, but I think this beach is going to be plenty close enough that we'll just be able to do it this way. And as soon as our first turtle is ready to mate, again, there we go. Boom. Now we'll be starting with 2 of them, and we'll see where this other one wants to go for its eggs. Interesting, coming all the way over here. That's very, very interesting. And this turtle is like, yeah, I know I'm carrying eggs, but I'm ready to go. Okay, you doubled back. What are you doing here? What's going on? Everybody's confused. The turtle's like, I know my home was around here somewhere. Yes, I know I dug down some of the sand, but just get in the local area. You'll be fine. Or will we? I don't know. What's going on here? Making the rounds, looping back around, I see. Aha! Aha ha ha. Here we go. Wonderful. So we're going to start with the... Oh, did I leave my glass behind? I did. There we go. Look at that. Okay. Let's get you and you. Oh, that is way, way too far away. No, no, no. We need this to all kind of be in the same area. So let's go ahead, and I think what we'll do is we'll start with this. I'm just going to put the sandstone over here. And of course that turtle's like, sandstone can't keep me out. What are you, crazy? Now we could just let the turtles go haywire on this beach, but the issue is that the scoots are only dropped when the babies grow up. Of course that adds a challenge. Oh look, we got 4 of them as well. 2, 3, 4. Path. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wall. Okay. So this is going to be roughly the dimensions of our turtle farm. And I don't think we're going to allow this. I hate... No, 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 no. We cannot allow this. We cannot. It is not okay. But what we can do is we can build ourselves a nice, neat little trap over here. Again, not okay. Not okay. But at least we know... Oh, this would be closer to our house, actually. Decisions, decisions. No, we're going to change this up. Right? No, 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 no. Yep, we're just going to do it here. As originally planned. Now, one of the things that I like to do is I like to have a path that the turtles will not lay eggs on. That way there's no chance of stepping on them, because you see, if you step on a turtle's egg, it will break. And then you'll be very sad, and you'll... I don't know what you'll do. Your mileage may vary. I like it to kind of look like a beach, so I'm going to use sandstone, because I just want a little area here where the turtles won't lay their eggs as a path, so I can walk through when I'm trying to feed them and get them to lay more eggs. This is not acceptable. This is not your nesting area anymore. It is over here. I don't want that. No. Picky, I know. So picky. So we're going to put down just a little door here, and then we're going to have to go and get our glass. We left our glass, so I'm going to go get that real fast. Okay, so we're back. I've got my glass, so we're going to be able to keep them trapped. I do like... let's get some sandstone. I do like everything to sort of have a theme. And I'm working with early materials here because... well, because we prioritized this over other things. And then I want this to be here. All right, so we're going to do this all the way around so that the turtles cannot escape, or at least the babies cannot escape, and the mobs cannot come in. The mobs will, if they spawn and they see turtle eggs, they will try to crush them and kill the baby turtles, so they have to be very, very protected. You cannot just leave them to the wild. And so that's part of what this little glass pane system is. I just like the way the green stained glass looks because it's seamless in this texture pack. You don't get the little borders, and I think that is really, really snazzy. So that's how I like to do that. Let's see. This is going to have to be changed a little bit. Now there is sort of a tried and true method that I've seen on many different videos as far as how they do their little cage to trap their turtles so that the adults can get out, but the baby turtles cannot, because you need the baby turtles to be trapped so that their scoots can be picked up by the hoppers. This is it. Okay, I'm doubting myself. So what we're going to do is we're going to build this wall out here a little bit. We're going to continue our glass pane system here. Now I will probably pretty this up a little bit more, but I want it to sort of look nice right away. There we go. And that'll work. Oh, we're going to be short on glass panes, though. That is soul crushing. Oh, and I misplaced that one. Oh, not acceptable. Okay, well, for now, we're just going to do it with more sandstone. That's perfectly fine. I'll likely modify it a bit in the future. I'm not trying to spend too much time on this. Actually, I think I do have to do it like that, just to make it look the way I want it to look, because that's like a one-block hop if they do grab on the ledge. Okay. Not bad, not bad. Stay off the eggs, Thranxes. We don't want to crush the eggs. So we're going to bring this in here like this. And at that point, I believe we are ready for the outer wall. We're more sandstone, please. Oh, I'm going to need more sand. I can already feel it. This beach just wasn't enough. It was not. Oh, maybe not. We might be okay. This is going to need a little bit of a cover here. Okay, so let's see. From here, kind of the standard that I've seen. Oh, here, let's get these turtles back, because at this point, oh, sneaky skeleton. I see you there. So the acceptable, I say acceptable, the common practice for this setup is to have a waterfall that carries the turtles, the baby turtles, down into a system where they can be caught by the hoppers, but that the adult turtles can navigate their way out of. Now, I've seen this work in some instances, and I've seen it not work in other instances. Oh, did we lose turtles? Drat, we did. That could be a problem. That could be problematic. Eventually, once these babies that we do have trapped here grow up and they drop their scoots, those turtles will stay in the area and they will prefer to come back here to lay their eggs. Oh, no, we do have turtles. Turtles! Yes, I have the seagrass. I do. And I'm going to give it to you. I just want you to come over here and put some more eggs down, because ideally this area would just be completely saturated with turtle eggs so that we can have all the scoots we could ever want. Come on, that's it. Into the little wade pool. There you go. There you go. Come on. It's perfectly safe. I assure you it's perfectly safe. Although these torches are going to have to come up, huh? Not on the panes. Nope. I knew there was a reason I preferred the solid block of stained glass, but that's okay. We will give ourselves little decorative columns. We'll smash up some more of these panes and waste our resources some more. So I'm thinking like here, boop, boop, and then kind of one on the other side, same spot. We'll go like here. Oh, no! Always when you're trying to do something. It's always how it goes. Give me that back. This area is going to have to be lit up like gangbusters in order to keep the enemies from spawning inside. No! Where are you going? Unacceptable. So you're just going to take my seagrass with your belly full of eggs and you're just going to leave? You're just going to bail on me like that? Is this how you... Oh, you're going to go lay them over there, aren't you? Oh, you better not. You better not. I've got my eye on you. I do. Yeah, exactly. Come back over here. Oh, you're just going to go. You're just going to lay eggs somewhere. Oh, well, then fine. We didn't want you anyways. Good night. Okay. So to get the waterfall down, and this is nothing new. There's a lot of videos that show this. You sort of want this pattern of 3 and 2, but you need the important part, the mechanics behind it, rather, of doing it this way, is so that you have water source blocks underneath the waterfall that we're going to make. And the reason you need those water source blocks under your waterfall is so that items will float to the top. Because if you just had an empty pit and you drop the water source block here, it would flow down in addition, like it would flow straight down in addition to over, and that's going to cause things to not float because the current will be pulling them down, and we need them to float. We need them to float so that they end up on top of the hoppers we're going to build. As you can see, this water dips down fairly low, and it doesn't look like it's going to do its job properly. So in order to get it where we need it, you have to kind of put... is that... That's interesting. That's interesting. Oh, it's getting late. Yeah. We'll be right back with the sun. Okay, I realized that was the missing component here. We're going to have a set of blocks here, and that sort of tapers the water up. But the most important reason for having that set of blocks there is because we're going to have hoppers here. So what I'm going to do, you can put your hoppers kind of any way you like. It's personal preference. I'm going to do mine leading to the center. So we'll do 4 on one side, and then we'll do 4 on another. And the reason you sort of have to put these blocks here is because otherwise baby turtles could get swept under the hoppers. So that's the part I was forgetting. And if they get swept under the hoppers, well then that's no good. Boom. Okay, that did take the water down a little bit from what I wanted. I think that's still going to be okay though. And then here we'll do it like this. And this should allow, if I'm not mistaken, I'll say last world I did this in, it was my my wife that actually built the turtle farm. So I'm trying to make sure that I'm doing it properly. I believe this is how it works. So the baby turtles will get swept down there, and then they won't be able to get out. And then when their scoots pop, they will get pulled into the hoppers, and we'll build a little chest system that we will go underneath and get. This sand is going to make reaching that difficult. That's okay. I like the way the sand looks. We're going to leave it sand for now. There we go. We'll put these here. And then we need a way to keep the mobs out. And as you can see, I can't get out. I feel like this broke, though. I'm trying to remember. When we had one in our last world, I feel like it worked for a bit, and then eventually the turtles just got trapped in there, and the whole process of trying to make it catch and release just ended up being moot. I suppose we will find out. Oh, is that really how you're going to do me? Really? Really one slab short? Well, then you know what my answer is going to be to that, is to not use the slabs, and instead we're just going to put more sand down. Boom, and boom, and then there. And I'm one block of sand short. That's okay. We're going to have to replace that floor, the floor down here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And then we'll start working on the underground area. And then we'll wrap up the episode. Yeah, like that. Okay, let's replace these and start working on the underground portion. Okay, we're back. Ooh, that was a rough fall. Had a little bit of work to do. We're trying to get this squared away. I needed a couple extra hoppers, another chest. There's a fine line between making something as efficiently as possible and making something that looks good that you can be proud of. I'm aiming to do both. Ooh. Hold on, we're going to get this Nautilus shell first. It's very much a squirrel moment. But they're very valuable. We're going to want a beacon at some point, so... Okay. Oh, and it's raining. But there is a very fine line between making something that is functional at the bare bones and something that is aesthetically pleasing. I'm trying to strive between the two in the early game, and this is not going to work. This is going to take forever, and I'm going to drown. Oh, don't drown. Okay. We're going to have to do this a little differently. We're just going to cut right through here and mine that out. Okay. Wonderful. And we're going to mine this out. There we go. So now, this is where we're at. I think down here we can afford to be a little less than... No, we're going to use sand again. Aesthetics do matter, even in the early game. That's just part of my style. I like to spend a little bit of time making things look nice, even though it is the very early portion of the game. So let's get rid of these water source blocks here. There we go. We're going to need some torches. So this area will possibly be expanded. It could just be a little hidey hole. I like making hidey holes. That's sort of my thing, especially underground. It's just what I like to do. You know, I can't help it. Why does a bird fly? It's their nature, right? Well, no, that's how they evolved. But we're not going to get into that. They have to fly, you know. That's what they have wings for. And I have to make things look as nice as possible. It's still crude, it's still early, but I'm trying to follow a sort of aesthetic that I want this to look like. And I broke out some of this up top so that I could assess whether or not an adult can escape, because we're going to work that in there at some point. So let's see. For the chest to be, it's going to be 1 hopper, 2, 3, 4 here. Okay. So that means we're going to dig this out here. We're going to get ourselves a little bit more sandstone. We're going to make a little bit of a collapse here with the sand. Arrgh! Okay. This is just frustrating. Let me get rid of this water. So, that should do it. Oh, please and thank you. It took a little bit. No, I had to fight against the water. Always painful. Spared you as much as I could. And we still have water to deal with. That's fine. But as you can see, we do have the hoppers feeding into our chest now. And we're just going to block this up. That should be our water source. And it's done. Wonderful. Yes. And now we can break this down. We can... Oh, no, I don't want to do that yet. I'm not going to worry about trying to pretty this up too much right now. Just knowing that we have the hoppers set up to go to this chest is good enough for me at this stage. Now the last thing we need to do is check that the adult turtles can escape. I don't think they'll be able to. I think something has changed. So what we're going to do is the very end... well, no, obviously I can't escape through there. Urgh. What we're going to do is we're going to lure an adult turtle in and then just see what happens if they're ever able to get out. I don't want to have to kill the adult turtles, but if it comes down to it, if that really is the way it has to go, then that's just the way it has to go. Okay, let's find us a turtle and bring it back. There you go. Come on. Come on, that turtle's like, no, it's a trap. I'll never get out. No, sure you will. You'll be fine. Come on. No, no, no. You have to cross the precipice. You must cross the precipice. Do it. Thank you. Signed, sealed, delivered. I'm yours. All right. Now, will you ever be able to get out? I don't think they will. I feel like in the past, we had this set up, it worked fairly well, and then something changed in one of the updates, and it doesn't work anymore. But that's fine. If we have to kill the turtles, we have to kill the turtles. The important part is that the babies will be trapped, and their scoots will be picked up by the hopper. And all we have to do is, as this place fills up with adults, as these eggs hatch, we'll be able to breed more, and then eventually we'll be able to get this area just smothered with eggs, and then we'll have all the scoots we'll ever need, potentially, at one point. I'm gonna leave you trapped there. I don't think you can escape. Yeah, so it doesn't function like it used to as far as them being able to escape, but it will trick the babies into getting caught in the hoppers, and so that is a success. And we will revisit this in the future to get some turtle shells and possibly do some shipwreck diving and playing with the dolphins and all that. But that's going to be where we wrap up this episode. And I think after that, the next one is going to be focused on getting that enchantment table up and running so we can go ahead and get that Silk Touch pickaxe and my personal favorite, the most important one to me, the Fortune 3. In fact, I tend to put a lot of emphasis on that being the very first enchantment I get. However, I'm about to be level 30, so I don't think we're going to get it in time. Although we'll almost have the books. We will almost have the books for it here pretty soon. The challenge is going to be finding a place to put an enchanting area that looks really snazzy and is nice and decorated. So we'll probably get some clay and do some terracotta. I don't know. We might have to go on a flower hunt to get some dye. We'll have to see. Some exploration could be cool, and we absolutely have the paper for maps. So we'll be playing that by ear. This has been Minecraft of the Fan Realm multiplayer Let's Play. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you've had a good time watching because, as always, I have had a good time playing. So please come back next time as we work on getting that enchantment table up next in a nice fancy library. But until next time, take care.